Hello friends, I would like to take just a couple of moments for a very serious matter. Our thoughts and prayers for everyone here in the channel are with our friends and their families that suffered through the Houston area, through Hurricane Harvey, and definitely today as we're filming, Hurricane Irma has devastated the Caribbean and it's heading towards the Florida Keys and the Tampa area. And our thoughts and prayers and well wishes is with everyone affected by this new natural disaster, and we want to wish them the best. So from our channel, from everyone here, our thoughts and prayers are with you, and I want to express to everyone our deepest sympathy for any losses that they have, but I certainly hope that we have no loss of life, because material things can be replaced. So anything else is not important. So again, I wanted to make a moment to take just a short moment and talk about our friends and compatriots down in Florida and in Texas, and wish them the best wishes out of this disaster. Hello friends, welcome to the Garage Woodworker and the Everyone Can Do It Yourself Projects channel. If this is your first time to your channel, welcome. If it is your birthday, happy birthday. Today we're going to do a combination of art and woodcraft project, and we're going to show you in as much detail as possible how you can duplicate it. In order to achieve it, we need a fairly thick piece of wood, and the thicker the wood is, the more it costs. So usually you need to take a board and cut it to smaller pieces and then glue it together, make a sandwich out of it in order to achieve the dimension you want without spending a lot of money. And sometimes, and very often actually, we use scrap to achieve that. So yesterday we did that already, and we're going to show you in a moment. So we have hopefully what we need here. And that's very solid. So now we need to do a little bit of cleanup, and there are many ways you can clean this up. You can use sanding, you can use a planer, and you can use a joiner. Or actually you can even use a table saw and just take a small sliver of wood off. So there are many ways to do that, and how you want to do it.
I thought we were just going to sand, but you wanted to use the planer.
No, we can sand it, so it will be, most people don't have planers, so.
Yeah.
So we're going to use the sanding method, and stick around, we'll show you what we did yesterday, and then hopefully we'll be able to finish the project today. So we went to our local store and we got a 4x1 by 6 feet board of cedar, and here there are many ways to do it. You can actually see how long your board is and divide it in equal parts. In our case, we decided to create a template, and this template came out to be about 11 inches. So we're going to cut 11-inch increments and then sandwich them together and leave them to dry overnight. And hopefully we'll end up with, what do you think, 5 or 6 layers?
It should be a 5 layer, but it'll mean, you know, a foot plus left over.
So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to cut. We have marked the, I don't know if, so we have put the mark there, and that will be enough for us to cut it in the correct length. And then we're going to use the first piece to decide the length of the other pieces. So we're going to put it on our saw, Are you recording?
Yes.
No, we didn't do this the smart way.
Why?
We should have run this through the planer. It was a big boat.
It's alright.
smells good.
Good.
You don't smell it?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't need to cut the sixth one.
You don't?
No, we only need 5. We only need 5.
Okay. So this is the orientation we decided. So this is the orientation we decided we want the boards, and now we're going to glue them.
You're in front of the camera.
Okay. I'm not sure we need the clamps. I think just the weight, but I don't know what the weights are.
Well, that's why I have the clamps.
Can we go and get the bottle of wood glue? I think this is. Probably have enough, yes. I don't know how we can save this. This little bit. Alright. So we're using one flat surface on one edge and then the bench top to make sure that they're correct. And we're going to use 2 clamps. Yeah.
A big one, but I don't want a big one.
Where's the F2?
I know, but I don't know where it is. This one will work because it's just going to sit here.
Okay, right. So we're going to let it overnight to dry, and we're going to continue tomorrow. We'll probably run it through this too.
Yeah, it'll need to be sanded off just so that all the edges are...
No, we're going to push it through the planer. We'll make a much better job when running. I mean, it's understandable. This is not pretty straight for some reason. Is it the board or it is the flap?
Must be the board.
Let's see. So this is supposed to play it, so you want it that way.
I just want it to...
It's better.
Okay.
It has to be straight otherwise.
Okay.
Okay. So again, we're going to let it overnight to dry, and it will become one solid piece. And we're going to show you the remainder tomorrow.
You want to bring it closer so it goes up?
So we have a very nice block of wood now, made out of 5 pieces, as you can see, but that also gives character to the wood. And today we are going to try a new technique of finishing, and that will be the burning technique. So we're going to take this block outside because there's too many flammable things in the garage, and we're going to try and see if we're going to create a fire or if we're going to create a piece of art.
Are there some not by the tree as well?
No, this is green tree, it's not. Does this technique has a name?
Yes, it's called shou-sugi-ban, and it's a very old Japanese technique that they use in a lot of their house building projects, and it takes a wood that is already pest resistant like cedar, like we're using, and this wood burn finish, depending on how deep you go, can change the look of it, but it does make it more pest resistant, fire resistant, just gives it a very lovely finish. Now you can go a lot deeper than I'm going here. This is our first example though, so just kind of seeing what we can do. You can see I'm wearing a leather glove here.
Are you going to do the sides too?
Yep. And as you can see, it really brings out the grain of the wood. And then afterward, what we're going to do is another part of the finish is oil it, and that will give it a very nice sheen and also bring it out a little bit more. So this is the first side I did. I'm touching up a couple spots that I feel like are a little bit lighter than I'd like them.
Good.
I just want to see if there's any spots that need touching up while we have it going.
I think it looks good. I think don't overdo it, because if it turns black, it won't look
I
good.
don't want to overdo it, but if it does go a little darker than you want, you can take off some of the finish. There is a technique to do that with a brush. I just kind of want to make it look even, that's all.
I think it looks really good.
So this is the template that I created for this particular project, which has 2 large containers at the ends, and then it will have 24 spots for individual pins in the middle in a diagonal pattern. So I'm taping the template to our block so we can drill through it. Actually, I still think it'd be better if we just mark our holes than to drill through the paper, but we'll see.
If that's what you want to do.
So here's what that looks like. Again, this is the area for the larger hole. This is the larger cavity as well. And again, the smaller ones will be on this diagonal pattern at about a 1/2 inch of spacing.
So punch all of them more.
Yeah, I'm just going to punch them all. We'll be able to take the template off and then we'll be able to put it on the drill press.
Get your light out of the way because it will break the bulb.
And if you don't have a hole punch, you can just take a screw or a nail. It will do the same thing as a pilot hole and a spacing, so you know where to drill.
That is not too far to the edge, the last one you did?
No,
Okay.
because that's going to go there and there,
Okay.
and there should be enough space on all these.
Alright.
Okay. And here's what it looks like with the pilot holes there.
Bring it in front of the camera.
This one's going to be a little hard to see because it's in a knot, but it is there. There's the big one, and then these are the...
Okay.
You have it lined up?
Huh?
Said it's lined up?
Disaster. So we have completed the 2 holes, and now we're going to do the, how many?
24.
24 more holes that we're going to do, and in the process we did learn something, and we need to talk to you about that. If you can, when you sandwich things, if you want to make big holes like this, try to avoid having knots on the wood. If you remember when we started, we had big knots on the wood, and we decided not to show you how to make a hole because that would be extremely boring. However, was anything bad for us because apparently Forstner bits and knots don't play well together, and this was more challenging than it looked. It would have been much easier for us had we been a little more careful. I think this was the easy hole. Which one? One of them had no, this one, right?
Yeah.
Had no knots, and it was much easier. This one took us literally 5 times longer to drill through than this one. So a little tip, avoid knots on wood if you want to create large holes. I don't think that there will be a concern with the drill bit when we do the little holes, but the large holes definitely were a challenge. So let's go and do that part.
So we're going to do first of all of them in the same depth, and then we're going to raise the piece and go a little deeper. Right? Is that done? Doesn't really seem more good.
So now you get the general idea of the project. We have drilled the 24 holes plus the 2 big ones, and these are about halfway through. So we're going to use a plank, an extra piece of wood that we have, and we are going to make them deeper. They're about halfway deep right now, as you can see. So we want to go maybe around there. Is that what the plan? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go all the way through. It's a lot. Well, check it. Wow. And so we.
That's good. It doesn't really need to go further than that, but that's deep enough.
I was thinking there.
I know, but it'll hold the pen straight up, which is really what I want, because I want them to have that look. So that's really enough.
All right.
But we have to rub in line.
Be careful there. So again, now we're giving it. We're going to the depth that we want, and a bigger drill press would have made this a little easier, but we have a very basic drill press, but it serves us well. It definitely makes this easier than if we had to drill those holes by hand.
Well, and it makes sure that they're up, straight up and down.
Go ahead.
Because when you
You have to hold it. And in the planning, just make sure that you don't go back and forward. That's why we did the 2 big ones to have the same depth, and now we're doing the little ones. Do you know which one you've done?
yeah.
Don't do it while you're there, because the ones that they're very thin, I'm afraid we're going to break them. Wait until it completely stops. So let's stop this.
He's taking it roll by roll, and we make sure that the drill is aligned. It's not aligned now. Before we continue, because there's a small thickness between the holes, so we don't want to break them. Right?
And this is a finished project. We are going to go and use the same technique we used to the burning technique. What is it called?
Shou-sugi-ban.
Shou-sugi-ban. For the bigger holes, are you going to try the small holes?
I'm going to try the small holes, and I'm probably going to do another little
Oh,
layer.
I'm afraid that this will get on fire though, because those are very
Maybe
little.
I'll just do the big holes and then I'll do the extra.
So we will show you in a moment what we'll do. Okay, you need to tell it dry well so we can show that's what we're doing. If you want to pass really fast over the small holes, you can, but don't stay too long.
Oops.
You're probably tilting it too much, and it is a gas, you know what I mean? I see flames.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's good. So here's our project, all finished but the final coating of linseed oil. And now that I see the piece, I see a lot of knots. So we should have paid a little more attention. They did create a lot of difficulty drilling the big holes. We didn't have any difficulty with the small ones, right?
Right.
But the big ones, the Forstner bits, do not like the knots because of the change in density of the wood, I think.
Right.
And as the bit rotates, it made it hard.
Now, it adds a lot of visual interest and change
Right,
in the
there's a lot of
wood,
character.
but in terms of trying to drill these holes, it made it much more difficult.
And how we're going to protect this is we're going to use some boiled linseed oil, and that's all we're going to use on it. Put it on the side first, I guess. And look how immediately the grain pops out. I mean, that's just very cool. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Well, and this is a traditional finish too. I don't know whether they use boiled linseed oil, but they do use oil to finish the shou-sugi-ban as part of a traditional finish.
Well, in the early days of woodworking, actually, oil is all they used on wood.
Mm-hmm. So that's probably what they continue to use.
Paints and stains are new developments, you know.
Mm-hmm. And as you can see, it's kind of soaking in pretty quick, so I'm putting a second on there, but I just absolutely love the look of that. I think it's just a gorgeous finish. I'm glad we finally got around to doing it.
Do you want to put feet on it, or you don't?
No, I don't think it needs feet.
So again, because we had to make the sandwich of the boards the day before, this is a project that it will take you 2 days, but it's not 2 days non-stop work. It did felt like it at some point today, but it isn't. But definitely you need some preparation, and we'll show you again the template we used, and if there is an interest, I will be happy to post a PDF in the Garage Woodworker website. So if you are interested in having a free copy of the template, let us know, and I will post a PDF in our website. We just started the website, so it's virtually empty now, so give us a couple of months and we're going to start having content there. But as the channel here is getting bigger and people were asking us for more information, I decided to create a site that you can click above, you can see it, but really I don't have much on it right now. that I planned. But look how beautiful that is. And again, this is just boiled oil. A very traditional finish for wood throughout the world. And I think very common in Japanese wood making, right?
Well, again, I know they use an oil. I don't know specifically what oil they use, but I do know the wood burning is a traditional Japanese item. I'm going to have to work on this. This is leaving a little bit of fuzzies there, but still it's...
Well, that's because there's too many openings.
Finishing the wood nicely. And I'm doing my best to go with the grain so it soaks in well.
Oh, it looks really, really nice.
Do that bottom real quick.
Now, it is a great protection. The only negative, if you wish, is that you have to do it at least every 6 months to keep that look, right?
Yeah.
And keep the protection. But it almost waterproofs the piece. It is, as you know, oil and water don't mix. And that's why traditionally oiling the wood pieces was protecting them from having rings when you put in your drink or something. Now in this piece that is not applicable really because it will be on the desk. But and I actually like the contrast of the white small openings as well, you know.
Let's pop some pins in there and see.
And another way that you could make this, and I think, what do you think, that would be really cool, is that if layer was different species of wood.
Yeah, absolutely. And something else I was thinking of is if you wanted to have this a deep pocket, but you wanted to add some visual interest, make this open, so you would see the pins in between the layers.
Or put a drawer.
Yeah, even that. That'd have to go a little deeper, but I was just thinking you could see the pins going through.
Alright friends, thank you for watching the episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please smack the like button. If you didn't, the other button works as well. Please share, comment and subscribe. We're going to have a new giveaway for any new subscribers that also post comments and like our videos for the month of September. So I'm going to be announcing what that giveaway is at the end of the month along with the winner. So if you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. Today we started with a 6-foot long board that looked like this, and we ended up with a very beautiful, I think, office piece that looks like this. So everyone can do that, you can do that. This is a cool project, and we already suggested several ideas of how you can add different concepts around it. Thank you for watching the Garage Woodworker in the Everyone Can Do It Yourself projects, and we will see you again on Wednesday with some short video, and again the following Sunday with another project. Take care.